What time is it?
Game time! Woo!
What up, doe? No tokens needed. We're giving you the good stuff for free. It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes Friday night. Just got live.
Holy crap, it's Friday. Welcome everybody to the Friday Funhouse, your favorite and longest running home arcade podcast in history. That's right, because this community is only like 6 years old, so we get to use the big words now like history. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Super Game Room Dudes. I'm your host, P-Dubs. With me as always, we got Detroit Love, Steven Nostalgia, and Michael B. the Game Genie. Gentlemen, how are you? How's it going?
It's going. It's going. It's been a week.
Yeah.
It's
You've
been
been
a
a
week.
little snarky today behind the scenes. Like, what's going on there, Steven?
Oh, those were all jokes. But it's been a week.
Luckily, we got thick skin around here. Nostalgia was talking about how Michael B never does anything to start the show. And Mike knows the truth, right, Mike?
Nostalgia. I'm tired of carrying the goddamn show, guys.
Yeah, Nostalgia. I mean, the work that Nostalgia does is immeasurable. So, I mean, thank you, Nostalgia, for everything you do. Congratulations on all your success.
I appreciate it.
Carl, how your Detroit Lions doing? Are you worried my Bears have won 2 games in a row? Plus, all of our injured defensemen will be back after the bye week. Things are looking up.
Wow, you guys aren't any threat to us, or you're not a threat in this division at all. But other than that, we're doing great. 3-1. We got the Cleveland, the Bengals this weekend, so that's going to be should be a good game, and we'll keep the ball rolling.
Yeah. And we got to give a big shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. That's right, 19K Fox's favorite football team, for absolutely sucking and making the Bears look like Super Bowl contenders. We wouldn't have these smiles on our faces if it wasn't for that sweet Dallas Cowboys victory not too long ago. Mike, your Packers stumbled, but it's Green Bay. That's what we expect. We can just kind of move on. I got to give a big apology to our audience in Wisconsin. That's right, guys. I don't know if you realize this, but we have about 4% of the Super Game Rooms, dude, tune in weekly from Milwaukee. And I got to tell you something. My Cubs are driving up I-94 right now to see you in the National League Division Series. And we are going to take that series and move on to the championship series. Sorry, but go Cubs, go. Chicago teams are finally looking good, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good, Mike. It does. I can bask in my Chicago awesomeness, can't I?
Go Brew Crew.
You're terrible, Mike.
I like the Brewers.
I was grumpy. Mike is grumpy.
I'm not grumpy. I'm just rooting for the Brewers. I'm rooting for the Jays and Brewers. That's the World Series I want to see.
We got a $5 super chat here from Jason. He wants to give a shout out to Brooklyn Menace, big friend of our channel. He achieved his well-deserved 2,000 subscriber milestone. We love your channel, Brooklyn. Good job, Brooklyn. Big shout out in the live chat to Brooklyn. Guys, do us a favor. In lieu of super chats tonight, we greatly appreciate your support. We're going to actually ask you to send more money, but it's not for us. Michael B. the Game Genie, why don't you tell people what is going on and why we're hoping the community will support us. You've probably been hearing about this all week on some of your favorite home arcade streams, but it's very near and dear to our hearts. Go ahead, Michael B.
So a lot of you guys might have run across Steve Sale in the community at one point or another. He's a great community member, watches all our shows, great commenter, super positive guy, no issues from him. A while back, he actually jumped in and started playing Walkabout Golf with us, and he's become more than just a golf colleague. He's become a near and dear friend. Now, through this process, we found out that Steve obviously has gone through some hardship in his life. Steve had a cancer diagnosis, ended up with, requiring some surgery. They removed some teeth. It's left him in a pretty bad place. Steve has always been a social guy. We learned a little bit about his past life. He used to work in the stadium at the Oakland Athletics. Super positive guy, always around people. But now after losing his teeth and from the cancer, he's a little bit more reserved. Obviously, there's some issues with his comfort level because of his looks, and also his comfort level because with the teeth missing, he doesn't sound like himself anymore. So Steve was talking in Walkabout Golf one night and talking about how he needs to get surgery, but he just can't afford it. And he said, I would never go the GoFundMe route because there's people who need it more. And we were like, nah, fuck that, Steve. It's people like you who absolutely deserve it. So we decided to take it upon ourselves to set up a GoFundMe for Steve. I want to say a huge thank you. There's been a very, very sizable response so far from the community. Last I checked, the donations were up to $2,700. Steve has an early estimate of around $6,500. The goal on GoFundMe is weird. We set it up for the $6,500, but it says $4,500. So it's $6,500 to get the surgery done. That's the early estimate. So we're trying to get him there. We're about halfway there. So, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody in the community for helping Steve, for donating to him, making sure, this wonderful person in the community gets an opportunity to go get this surgery. So hopefully he can get his smile back. He can get his confidence back. No longer feel like he can't leave the place that he's in, get back out into the community, be the social person that we know he is because of how much fun he is in Walkabout Golf, and hopefully how much fun he'll be back out in his community after he gets this surgery. So we love you, Steve, and thank you so much, everybody in the community that's already supported. If you haven't supported and you can, or you're willing to help in any way, feel free to donate to Steve's GoFundMe. I believe the link is up in the chat somewhere. Also, on top of that, Steve, he's not just in this about the money. He's all about making connections. And really, what means the most to him is just reach out. If you see him in a chat, say hello to him, make him feel comfortable. That would mean the world to him as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening to me. And let's get Steve his smile back.
Yeah, I'd love to get Steve on camera after we crush this GoFundMe and get his big smiling face on the screen for everybody. I would love to make that happen. So that would be really, really cool. Guys, do us a favor again. In lieu of super chats tonight, instead of throwing $2 our way, $5 our way, you can make those same donations. I think it's like $5 minimum on GoFundMe and support Steve. There's a QR code right here. If you're watching us on your television, you could just scan that with your phone right now. If not, the link is pinned to the live chat that you're watching right now as well. So you just click the link. So let's do something good as a community. I think Steve has earned it. He's here every week. He's a friend to all. There's not a bad bone in his body, not a single bad bone that I've ever seen. So
yeah, and I would echo that. I didn't realize it was Steve Sales that you guys were talking about.
Oh yeah, Steve Sales.
Thanks here. Yeah, so man, incredible guy. He friended me a while back, and I got him in with you guys playing Walkabout. We were talking. And he's talking about the social things, and I said, "Well, this would be a good thing." And so I was delighted that he was able to get out there and have that social interaction. And now to hear about this, I think we're going to pull this together as a community, man. I'm definitely going to contribute to that. I had no idea because again, I'm unplugged most of the week.
I can't tell you how much it'll be hard for me to say this without breaking. When you meet someone on the internet and you talk to them, you get to know them, and then you start playing, like he joined our VR games and stuff like that, guys. And then he was there like consistently, like every single time we're like, guys, let's play VR golf. Let's play VR golf. He was the first one to join every single time. Super excited to play. And then he tells us how, based upon his situation, he doesn't really have anybody else. And he's like, you guys are like family to me, you know what I mean? And how much this community and the friendships he's made along the way mean to him. It's just he's a good egg. So let's do that. We got a couple super chats here, but Meatball, he did donate big donation to Steve's GoFundMe, but he gave us $25 saying this is for the four of us. For many years, he's enjoyed our content. Thanks to all of you. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate that, Meatball. That's a big super chat, man. You didn't have to do that. And I've appreciated three of us as well. Sorry, Steve. And then we got Stock Jock with $5. Steve is a great person. I will match any donations tonight up to $50 per donation. Just say you donated in the chat. Did you guys hear that, guys? That is freaking huge.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I want to say something else too. Like, kudos to Steve for getting all the support and stuff like that. And I know he doesn't want to be outed for this, but Stockjock has already donated like so much money towards this. He made a $300 donation directly in the GoFundMe. He also sent Steve some money outside of the GoFundMe. So, Stockjock, you have gone above and beyond for Steve. You are such a fucking awesome guy in this community. You're always helping people out, sending people stuff out of your home to help them get up and running, helping people get flights to places with points from your business. You are too fucking kind, man. So let's keep the positivity going. Everybody say a huge shout out and thank you to Stockjock for like literally being the best human being in the entire world. Thank you so much, Stockjock.
Well, guys, in the last 10 minutes, we've already gotten another $25 for Steve. So keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. We greatly appreciate it. Stockjock's going to match any donation up to $50 donated tonight. Let's get this over $3,000, guys. Let's do it. All right. But we do have a show to do. So let's go ahead and get this show started proper. We got a number of hot topics to talk about tonight, including did Xbox just kill Game Pass and their online service? It's been all the talk this week in console gaming. Also, Ghost of Yote. Yote?
I completely forgot about it. Yeah, Ghosty Yote and Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah, out and about, and people are raving about Yote, Mike. I'm seeing a bunch of positive reviews about Yote. At Games released the most annoying pinball game in the history of pinball, yet for some reason there's folks out there that love it. It's called Baby Shark. Do 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 do. Baby Shark. Do 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 do. So we're going to talk about that. Link to the GoFundMe is pinned to the top of the live chat, as well as you could use this QR code, Bush and Ryu. There's a little ticker on the bottom as well. Thanks so much for the $5, my friend. And you lost your mom to cancer. I'm really, really sorry to hear that, man. Cancer sucks. The fact that we haven't cured that thing yet, it just blows me away. You know what I mean? Like, why is that not cured yet, out of all things? You know what I mean? Oh, Moto, thanks so much for the $20, but no super chats. We got that scrolling across the screen. Thanks so much for your $20. We'll make sure we take that $20 and submit a donation to Steve. Just got here. No idea what's going on or who Steve is, but let me send you an image of my new Predator pinball next to my Alien. The game is really fun and shoots great. I'm glad that you got that new Predator pinball. I've heard a lot of people, complaining about it missing Arnold and stuff, but yeah, there you go. Very, very cool, man. Thanks so much for the big super chat. Also, we want to talk about the Basic Fun Arcade Classics news. And of course, Mike, probably the best news all week is we're not just getting boobies on the back glass. We're getting double boobies on the back glass.
I'm
Very,
seeing
very
double
sick.
P-dubs. Eat
I'm
boobies.
seeing double. Grab the one in the middle. Very, very, very cool. All right, so we got all these topics to talk about. Plus, Steve wants to talk about Ambernick devices. Steve?
Oh, I do not.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, Ambernick has stuff coming out every single day. So stay tuned, guys. All right, that's it for
There you go. That's our Ambernick
I don't have anything for you.
segment for the night. Carl, did you have a you on the web, something you wanted to share tonight, or will we try to get back to that next week?
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
All right, we're going to try and get back to that next week, guys. Oh, man. Good stuff. All right, so
Hey, Stock Talk, I just contribute, but you don't have to match mine.
Ah, there you go.
Thank you, Carl. That's very nice of you.
Mr.
Yeah,
Clutch
yeah.
says, can we go back a few weeks ago when we placed Nostalgia with 19K Fox?
That's rude, Mr.
That's
Clutch.
just rude. That's just
That's
I-
incredibly rude.
I love 19K Fox. I really do. But this show, honestly, all kidding aside about Steve, I give him a hard time, but he really is a very important part of the show and one of my favorite people in the entire world. So if this show didn't have Nostalgia, I wouldn't be even remotely interested in doing it. So I will not take any Nostalgia bashing here tonight unless I do it.
Appreciate that, Mike. That's
I
very
agree.
sweet.
I agree.
Wow.
Like,
Guys, you're going to make me tear up a little.
well, what's funny is you guys don't know, we've always had behind the scenes conversations. Keep in mind, we've been doing this show for going on 5 years. It's been 4 years guaranteed. Longest running show. We don't even number our episodes. You know how everyone numbers their episodes? Because the numbers, we'd be at like episode 500 something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too much. You know, and then it makes it sound old, right? And then people are like, why should I start watching? They're already 400, 500 episodes in, right? That's why a lot of Hollywood movies no longer number their movies. Because if they start and say, hey, this is Avatar 3 or 4, some people might decide not to see it because it's just too extraneous to go back and watch the beginning, right? But anyway, so I digress. But we've talked behind the scenes like, hey, are we still going to keep doing the show? Are we still going to keep going? And we've always said, if one of us leaves, show's over. Once one of us says, I'm done, show's over. It's done.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
It's funny. You talked about it earlier, how we're the longest running, multi-person podcast in home arcade. We're the only one that didn't implode somehow.
Well,
we came
will.
close.
Well,
Yeah.
do you remember when we got Nostalgia fired from At Games?
Oh yeah,
That
that
so
wasn't
funny
yesterday.
last week.
Well, it was last year.
That was so funny from last week. All right, let's dive in real quick. Let's get the console chatter out of the way. Mike, take it away. I've been hogging the mic tonight. What the hell is going on with Xbox, and what prompted thousands upon thousands of Xbox cancellations this week?
It's wild. Obviously, I did a video about it. It went pretty well. I talked about the fact that I jumped in on the ROG Ally, Xbox ROG Ally, and here we are, like literally 4 or 5 days later. Xbox come out of nowhere and announce a massive price increase to the Xbox Game Pass subscription service of 50% at the ultimate level, which is really the only tier sensible to get outside of the standard PC, but then you can't bring any games to console. So it was a bit of a kick in the nuts because they just convinced all these people to buy this $1,000 US ROG Ally X. And then they turn around, they're like, hey, just in case you haven't spent enough money, we're also going to up your Game Pass subscription from the $20 a month to $30 a month US. So substantial upgrade, substantial price increase. They mentioned some upgrades to the service that really don't seem to add a lot of value for a lot of people. Like, I love Ubisoft, but like the Ubisoft Plus titles are the kind of titles you find for like $10 in the clearance bin at like GameStop. And also, I'm not sure what he's doing.
Something's going on with the thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to fix it. Go ahead. There you go. I got it. I fixed it.
And also, like, most of these games, you can buy on Steam for dirt cheap. So, like, it just didn't seem like there was a ton of value for people saying, well, I'll downgrade my membership. Read the fine print, because if you're a Call of Duty player, the only way Call of Duty is included is with the Ultimate. So it's an absolute mess. It was so bad that the Xbox subscription page actually broke, like it crashed because of people going in and canceling their subscriptions over the price increase. Now, is the price all that bad? Like, when you work it out, it works out to the same price as like 5 AAA games a year for a full year subscription. So it's going to be people argue totally worth it, best value in gaming. I don't know. It just seems like a very stark price increase, kind of out of the blue. A lot of people also went nuts online, stocking up their subscription, like buying the advance like 2 years in advance at the old price so they wouldn't have to deal with it. The funny thing is, like, from a company perspective, Xbox has been in third place for a very long time. Like, pretty much, it almost seemed like the Xbox console war, the whole identity of it, died during this generation. Xbox is so far behind everybody else. They finally got some good news. Game Pass have released some really good games over the course of the summer into the fall. They were getting some momentum. The Xbox ROG Ally X sold out. The Xbox ROG Ally as well, sold out in a lot of places. It had really good sales. Xbox were on such a positive movement within the gaming community that they just announced this and just completely obliterated the positive momentum the brand and the company had. So it's just such a weird move on their point. I know a lot of people are saying this is just all a hullabaloo about nothing, but it can't be that nothing, because it has absolutely dominated the newswire for gaming for the last couple of days.
Yeah, and I would echo that on that. My daughter, she has the Game Pass. She has it on my credit card. I just had her switch it. But and she called up the other day and said, "Hey, how do you cancel this thing?" I said, "Why do you want to cancel this?" Like, they went up, and she plays that thing with her boyfriend all the time. So she's pissed off about it, and she canceled it immediately, like the minute they increased it. So it's definitely impacting the people. And she's 24, so I mean, that's their bread and butter, right? If you have that age group in there willing to pay monthly for you, and you're losing them, that's a bad move.
Yeah, Nostalgia, what are your thoughts on this, man? You like playing console games. Do you think that them going up to $30 a month for the Ultimate plan is a mistake? I have the Ultimate plan today, and when I was going over the costs I pay for all my monthly stuff, I'm talking everything, streaming services and everything. This shit's added up over the years. And my wife told me, she's like, do you want to cancel it? And I was like, I think I do, because I play my Xbox the least out of my Switch 2, and PlayStation. What about you, buddy?
This isn't their first price increase either over the last couple of years. So they've been progressively bumping the price of the Ultimate plan year over year, and the previous bumps were like a couple bucks or so, so it wasn't as painful. But after the last price increase was when I actually canceled my subscription. So I had a subscription. I canceled it on the last price hike. And I was like, at this point, like paying 20, I don't know what it was in Canadian, but it was like 25 bucks or 25.99, Mike. I don't know if you know off the top of your head, whatever it was. I was like, at this point, like I could buy a new game every couple months, like, and I'm not playing any of the games that they're bringing to the platform. So I killed it. $30 a month seems like, I mean, it seems like a lot. And
That's US. That's US.
Yeah, yeah. And like Mike, like you were saying, a lot of the games are shovelware. Like they've got lots of games, but they're shit. So
yeah,
they've got a couple really good games, but like for $30 US per month, like you said, you can buy 5 games a year. There's probably only, in my opinion, there's probably only like 5 or 6 titles on that platform that I might even be interested in playing when they first come out. So I don't love it. They also changed a few other things about how you can stream directly from your Xbox to other devices too, which was kind of strange. They made it a little less user-friendly. So Xbox is doing some strange things, I think. And I got to give them credit though. I would much rather them have done this price increase before people started receiving their ROG allies, rather than people buy the ROG ally and then like the week after they receive it, then they do the price hike. That would feel way worse. So
I agree with you on the timing. However, I would have done the price hike before the pre-orders went out, because you got to imagine now, if I'm Asus, they couldn't have known about this. They've got to be blindsided by this, and I would love to know what the total of cancellations were on that ROG ally after this was announced.
you'll never know. They'll lie about it.
No,
They're
I
like,
know.
"Oh, we had a 15% increase after we announced."
Well,
the price
I saw an
increase."
article right before we started the show where GameStop has reported that the Xbox is selling out like crazy secondhand in their stores ever since the price hike to GameStop. And I'm like, nah,
That's
this
not
can't
true.
be real.
Yeah. Well, you never know, man. Like some people will look at $30 and be like, "Yeah, it's a great deal." It's still a great deal, and it depends on the games that you play, right? So.
My video, at first, it was a lot of people that were in agreement because it's gone crazy. It's got like 170 comments, and you know, at first it was like a lot of people saying like, I'm really disappointed by the price increase, but now it's like Xbox fanboys coming in saying, how dare you? You have no idea how much value you get from Xbox Game Pass. Other people calling me poor. Like, it's crazy, man. The fanboys
that's a fair comment.
The fanboys are out in full effect,
Well,
you know, trying to defend this for some reason. I don't understand the tribalism.
Well, I mean, I got to play Sea of Stars. I got to play Indiana Jones. I got to play Expedition 33.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Anything else? You still need 2 more to make it worthwhile.
Well, that was over the course of about 3 years, and Sea of Stars is like a $30 game.
Sea of Stars is great, but still, it's just. I think I'm canceling, guys. Like, I really do. I don't. If I ever want to play on my Xbox now, I'll just buy a game if I want to play it. Go ahead.
And I agree with you, P-Dubs. I had my Xbox Game Pass more as a convenience than like something that I was like, oh, I'm excited about the value here. It was like, oh, if I'm out on the road or, you know, I'm at a lunch break at work and I've got one of my devices that I can just play something on the cloud. That's kind of how I used it. But at this point, I don't see the value for me as an individual, but there's going to be other people that are like, no, this is still awesome, right? There are people who have a Netflix subscription and a Hulu subscription and an Amazon Prime subscription and whatever HBO and whatever other stuff they've got, and they're spending $150 a month on streaming services.
We just canceled Peacock because the only thing we ever used it for was WWE and maybe the rare movie that was just on Peacock. For streaming. We never watched any of the TV shows or anything. So we just canceled that. And we're canceling Xbox this weekend. Trying to save money, man. These streaming services are getting out of hand.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, what do they think they are? They are not the premium service that ArcadeNet is. I mean, don't they know?
It's true. It's true.
Oh, man, I canceled Arcade Nets so fast. I signed up for it for 1 month to play Bad Dudes Against You, And then like they kept charging me, and I was like, oh, I completely forgot about this. What a waste of money. No offense to At Games, but like it's just not a good service.
I still have a 3-month free ArcadeNet code in my locker or my gamer or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I just won't do it because it's like you have to put in a credit card, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to put in a credit card just to redeem a free 3 months. I know I'm only gonna use it for those months and then cancel anyways. So
Nothing tops ArcadeNet, right, Carl?
Yeah, and JR's correct there. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
None of the service we pay for is $30 a month.
Shouldn't be that
unless
much.
unless you're talking about a cable like YouTube TV or something like that. But yeah, it's ridiculous. And yeah, I did the same thing. I was going through my list of monthly services for those things, and I was like, and then me and my family, we share. Like I'm on somebody's Peacock and they're on my Paramount, and you know what I mean, and those things just to make some of that manageable. But yeah, it's out of hand.
All right. I agree with you 100%. 100%. All right. So moving on from that, that's what's going on there. Ghost of Yote came out, and everyone's been raving about it. Did anyone here in the live chat pick it up and start playing it? And do you agree with the early reviews that it could possibly be game of the year and win? Everyone thought it was going to be Expedition 33, Mike, but it sounds like this one's getting all the love right now.
Expedition 33 is a little overhyped in my opinion, so I'm glad somebody stepped up and kicked it in the nuts.
Mike sucks at Expedition 33. He doesn't know how to parry, and so he wants to shit on the game. Expedition 33 was an incredible experience. It wasn't just a game, it was an experience. But I have not, as you guys know, Ghost of Tsushima is my favorite PS5 game of all time, and I only started playing it because I bought my PS5. I asked the audience, I said, hey guys, what PS5 like exclusive game should I play? Everyone said Ghosts, and I played it, freaking fell in love with it. So I can't wait to pick it up and play it and check it. Hopefully maybe start this weekend. Mike, are you going to pick it up? Wait, you got it. You got
I got
a copy. Yeah.
Got it. Started playing it this morning. I played it for a little while before I started work. Beautiful game. Really interesting. They do this whole thing with like these 6 enemies you got to take down as part of this clan. It doesn't have the same oomph that Ghost of Tsushima had for the opening. Like it's a little bit more condensed, but man, it's beautiful. It's fun. I'm not far enough in to really comment on any of the combat or anything like that, but I just killed like the first bad guy. That's about as far as I've got, and now I'm back at my home. So beautiful. Like it just looks incredible on the PlayStation 5 Pro with the 75-inch or 77-inch OLED. Like what a fucking experience.
Yeah. What about you, Nostalgia? Can we expect to see any affiliated live streams? Are you,
I'm not sponsored by any of them, or I don't work with any of them, but
how do we know? You're a man of mystery. We don't know.
Well,
we don't know what you're up to.
I will tell you if I'm connected in some way, but that's a franchise I really enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually just played Ghost of Tsushima for the first time at the beginning of this year. I got the game for Christmas, and I started playing it in like March or April. And honestly, best game I've played on PS5. And I thought like God of War was going to be like the #1 game for me or something along those lines, but no, Ghosts, so good, so good. The story is just done so well.
Like I would say, like if I had to rank my 2 favorite games I played on PS5, it would be Ghosts and then Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate's just incredible. But it's not a PlayStation exclusive, but I loved it. Played awesome on the PS5. So those are my 2 favorites right now. Carl, are you into the samurai type video games? You ever want to take a sword and go nuts?
No, I mean, I like the concept. I've tried those type of games over the years, and I just won't ever stick with them, you know. But my wife watches a local YouTuber. He's really popular. I forget his name.
Michael B.
And he has samurai in his name, whatever his name is. He's he always says slice that, samurai, slice the like button. But she was watching it. She was watching, him play it, and it looks like a really awesome game. My 2 favorite games are Madden $25 on Xbox. And like you, Nostalgia, I thought God of War would be there, but I got to a point where I couldn't get past it, and I just got frustrated with it, and I just haven't even thought of picking it up at all. But and then I got the UFC 5, which I'm enjoying that. But
you just picked that up. You just got the UFC.
I'm doing the last show for $20. But I just, and that's why I can't justify any of those subscription things, because I don't play any of those things enough, right? I don't play it offline and definitely not online to justify paying that. And I haven't played my Xbox so long, but my daughter, she's confiscated. She's funny because she's always talking about people touching her stuff in the house, but she touches all my stuff just as free, and she's confiscated. She took it to college with her, my Xbox, so I hadn't really seen the Xbox in such a long time.
Yeah. Oh, don't you love it when the kids take the consoles away and you never see them again?
Yeah.
Now they can try to take it from my cold dead hands.
Speaking of which, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, and the PlayStation 4 all in my son's bedroom. I never got to play with them. That's why I was pretty much an Xbox guy the last, 15 years, is because the PlayStations were always in my kid's bedroom. And then, I had the Xboxes out in the living room for me. But then, Steve, you remember I was telling you about my Amber Nick? What's the wood grain one? They got to come up with names instead of numbers. The numbers are so stupid.
There's an RG353. Is that the one?
The wood grain one that looked like a Game Boy.
Yep.
Well, frickin', my son took that because it was preloaded with a whole bunch of like Pokemon games and like all the Pokemon games. I haven't seen it since. He moved out. He took it with him, Nostalgia. Just took it. Just took it. These kids, man, they just take our toys. Damn kids. Damn kids. All right, let's move on here. All right, Mike, I know you have contractual obligations to fulfill, so let's hop to it. All right, guys. All right, Mike.
It never gets old.
All right. Let's save the Elvira news for when we talk about Elvira. But tell me about Baby Shark. Yesterday, every single channel was streaming this game, talking about this game. This was at Game's release. What were your thoughts? And guys, let us know in the chat. Is the Baby Shark pinball game from At Games worth? How much is it? $6, $7?
$8. $8 for the 4KB.
$8? Go ahead, buddy. Take it away. I got your stream right here.
So I liked it. I thought it was pretty fun. I mean, it's because even though it's an At Games original, it's still Magic Pixel. Like, it's still those Zaccaria Deluxe style tables. So, you're going to expect the same physics and stuff like that. But cool thing about this is 2 flippers. That's it. It's a wide open play field. It's pretty easy to hit your goals. So music's good. One of the multi-balls is called the Clam Jam, which I thought was fucking hilarious. So I had a ton of fun with it. Like, it was great. The only thing I really didn't like about it, which is also a positive, is they have this mode called Baby Mode, which is like the simple, super easy mode, which MG kept making fun of me. He was like, too bad all the games don't have Baby Mode, Mike. Maybe you could actually play pinball then. So, it has a baby mode, which is great because kids can play a much easier version of the game. It's great for them to learn how to play pinball in a virtual format. But the problem with it is At Games did not separate the leaderboard between baby mode and normal mode. So the leaderboards are loaded up with billion scores that have nothing to do with actually playing the game, and it has everything to do with people playing the game on baby mode.
Wait. I know I'm covered by a QR code, but the QR code is more important than P-dubs right now, guys.
Yeah.
You're telling me that it does record baby mode scores as if they were the normal game mode scores.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that people are on the At Games leaderboards with several billion points and bragging about it? They're bragging about it?
It's baby mode, yeah.
You wouldn't know, though. It doesn't tell you, does it?
It doesn't differentiate. Like, I think like the baby mode just shouldn't have been recorded to the leaderboard. I don't know if you need to do separate. It's just if you do baby mode or you do easy mode, whatever you want to call it, it just shouldn't have been recorded. That should be just kind of like a demo mode. and the only scores that should be recorded are the shark mode. Overall, I found the table fun. Like, it was colorful, even though it's a theme that you would think that so stupid nobody's going to be interested in. Played well. Some of those games are like that, like Peanuts and shit like that. There's nothing wrong with having a good, fun game with, pretty good physics for a Magic Pixel game. Just very open and simple. But I kind of got confused a little bit in that. But I like Baby Shark. I had fun playing it.
So
if the game's fun, it doesn't matter what the theme is. You know what I mean? A good pinball has great call outs, right? It has great music. It makes it entertaining to play. I mean, you're not draining every 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Those are what make tables fun. So I think the theme. I have Tom and Jerry. I have quite a few cartoon type tables on my VPX table or cabinet.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with something that's a little more child-themed game. Like, I love the Peanuts games that Zen Studios did. You know what I mean? I love playing that stuff. But this table here screams. This was Nostalgia's idea before At Games fired him. Am I right, guys? Like, doesn't this scream? Was this your idea, Nostalgia? Did you pitch this?
It was. This and Barney. We're still working on Barney.
This screams nostalgia. Now, I heard something that this isn't a licensed game, that they like they're not using the official song or something. Like, it's not.
I don't know. Maybe it's a version of the song. Like, I have no idea. I don't know enough about Baby Shark to really comment.
Well, you know how, like, for instance, when you fire up one of the, like, Dr. Seuss games or something, it says licensed by Dr. Seuss on the splash screen before the game loads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does it say anything like whoever
Who
owns this
owns
IP?
Baby Shark? Somebody's got it.
Yeah, who owns Baby Shark?
Someone mentioned it. There was the Pink Fong Company or something like that.
The song is public record. It's not trademarked anymore. So they swooped in without having to pay licensing fees? Oh, man, they should have done this as a free table then.
They didn't do a song. They just used like a cover of it, almost like a...
Your mic's going in and out.
Yeah, we can't hear you with Mike Hawk's comment over your face.
It's okay. It's not the original song that's on there. Even if they remove the voiceover track, it's still not the original music track. I don't think, Mike, you played it.
They found a way around it.
Yeah, it didn't sound like the original song, like, at any point. Like, and they do a good job with the call outs. Like, it's all different characters and they sound different. But like I said last night, I don't know enough about it to comment if that's from the cartoon, because there's a cartoon too. The other thing I can tell you, their logo doesn't match that for the game, doesn't match any other official Baby Shark logo I've ever seen.
Interesting. So you're saying that Baby Shark is becoming a new favorite IP of yours in general?
Pardon?
That's what you're saying? Yeah?
I completely missed what you said. I've been tuning you out now for about 2 years.
Yes. Just say yes. then we'll be good. Okay.
I thought you said, Mike, that we were going to be
kind
nice to Nostalgia tonight.
No, I said I wasn't going to stand for anybody else being mean to Nostalgia. I didn't say I wasn't going to be mean to him.
Yeah, that's true. I actually like it when Mike's a little mean to me.
Well,
I know you like it.
If my juice is flowing.
Well, pick it up if you're interested in it. I'm sure your littles will enjoy it. But in much more exciting news, and this is good for At Games, because At Games is getting both of these games. But it's a huge win for Zen Studios to be releasing. Elvira Scared Stiff got announced last week. We talked about that on the last episode. And then this week, Mike, they dropped the bombshell. We are getting double boobies on the back glass with Elvira and the Party Monsters. So Elvira and the Party Monsters was the first Elvira pinball game, as you could see with the alphanumeric DMD. Elvira Scared Stiff was the second game that actually had a dot matrix DMD. And then, of course, there's the more recent Elvira House of Horrors with Stern, but that's not going to be coming to Zen Studios. No way.
No, Stern will never let their titles be go
virtual,
to virtual again. Yeah.
Yep, they're done with that mess. But still, we're getting the original game, which some people like the original more than Scared Stiff. I like Scared Stiff more, but I'm not going to complain, dude. I'm excited as all hell because I love Elvira so hard. Mike, join me in my joygasm and come on, speak your truth, Mike. How happy are you about this? Oh, wait, guys, wait, here it is.
Oh, baby.
Woo! Woo!
So, yeah, I talked about this last week.
Boobies on the backlash.
Was she drinking her own juices?
Whoa, Carl.
I talked about this last week. For years now, I've been harassing Zen Studios because every October they do a release around October, and they never ever release like the Elvira games. And like I think last year we got Camp Bloodbrook, and I was like, not good enough. Yep. We need Elvira. So it's surreal to see these games finally come into Pinball FX. I'm going to be honest with you. Really, the only reason I use VPX on my Act Games machine was mainly to play Scared Stiff and Party Monsters. So the fact that this is going to be available native on the 4KP and also through Pinball FX VR is a fucking dream come true. So even if you don't want to use VPX, the fact that you can set up your Pinball FX in cabinet mode and now play this on like one of these pinball machines is just great. I love what Zen Studios does. Something that's really interesting about this is I didn't think they could do Party Monsters, and everybody told me I was wrong, because this technically isn't a Williams game. Like I think they own the rights to it, but this was a midway game released through Bally. So I don't know how many Bally release games actually have been come to the Williams list on Pinball FX, but this has to be one of the first.
Yes. I think so. I don't think there have been very many at all.
This is the first time I've seen it. I didn't think they could do it. So that's why I said if you go with Williams games, it's probably going to be Scared Stiff or Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula would have been interesting. Now, the one thing I am hearing, now keep in mind, this is what I'm hearing. I mean, we react to the headlines. We're not here to give hard facts. One thing I'm hearing is that they're saying that when it comes to like on Scared Stiff, when the wheel's supposed to spin on the backlash, that apparently that's not going to actually spin on the Act Games version. I'm assuming it's going to spin on the PC version as well as on VR, but not on the Act Games version. So keep that in mind too if you're thinking about picking these games up on your Act Games. What else? Were they going to take something away from Party Monsters? I don't think so. No, I think Party Monsters is going to be okay. Sorry, I'm just entranced by Elvira
I played both of them
in this
today.
cauldron.
I played both of them today. Had a lot of fun with them on the VR, and I must say the original one is more of a drainer when you're trying to get that crate, right? You hit that crate and that sucker just comes straight down. So I'm definitely I pre-ordered the haptic kit that goes with the X Gaming, X Arcade kit.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that because to be able to nudge that thing would be incredible, especially with games like that are more prone to drain. But other two, the Scared Stiff, that's the right word? Scared Stiff. Was I definitely enjoyed that one more of the two.
Were you draining a lot on the first game on this one when you were playing VR? Because guys, keep in mind a lot of the influencers got advanced copies of the VR versions.
Oh no, P-Dubs, you misunderstood him. He was draining a lot because he kept looking at the back glass and realizing he had to relieve himself.
No,
sexually.
I'm trying to keep this professional, Mike.
You had to drain the main vein.
So when you're playing Party Monsters, were you draining a lot? Because here's what we were just
more
just talking
than the Scare Stiff for sure.
Okay, yeah, because we were just talking, me and the guys on VR. We were playing a golf game. We're talking about, and I've talked about this on stream. In my opinion, it's easier to play pinball in VR than it is on the PC. There's something about it where I just play better. All my scores are higher in VR.
It's a little bit slower.
And the physics are easier. And it's not just me. You look at the scores on VR leaderboards compared to like scores on, let's just say, an Act Games leaderboard. And the scores are huge difference. I think everybody plays better in VR. So if you're someone who maybe you struggle as a pinball player and you just want to have fun maybe try it in VR. Maybe you'll have a little more fun. But yeah, super excited about these games. And you've been enjoying the early look at the VR versions that they sent you, Carl?
Yeah, I mean, I just got it today, and I was working home, so on my break earlier, I downloaded it because I played earlier, probably 8 a.m., and it wasn't yet there. So I played some Alien, was a Attack from Mars, early, at that time, and then as soon as I got done with that, the download was available. So I hit the download, and I didn't play until probably about 6 o'clock EST. So I just played both of the tables probably 3 times. Really, definitely tables that are quite enjoyable. Visually, of course, though the boobies on the back glass on the old one are just a little too round there. But I definitely enjoyed the gameplay on that, and the expansion of the arcade looks incredible and it's really nice. I just wish there was a way for us to play like walkabout golf. That would be so fantastic if we could hang out in the arcade and be able to play some pinball. It's just so quiet in there. I'm the only person in the whole arcade. That's the only thing that I don't like about the virtual part of it. I hope they can address that at some point in time, because the arcade looks incredible. Everything's interactive. It's just no people, right? But really cool games, really cool tables for sure, for certain.
Yeah. Speaking of the X Arcade and VR stuff, as you guys know, X Arcade has partnered with Zen Studios and Meta and all that to do their virtual reality controller, I guess is what you would call it. But now that they're adding the pinball kit where you get the haptics and the plunger. Not too long ago, about an hour or two ago, Nick's Reviews, he put up a video. He's got an early copy of the prototype, and you guys might want to check this out. He kind of runs through how it works, how it feels, the surround sound, the pinball plunger, and all that stuff. I put a link in our live chat for this particular video. If you guys are interested in that upgrade kit, make sure you guys check out, or maybe just purchase. They're going to sell it now with it pre-installed. So some people don't even, if you want to go that route, not even install it. If you're interested in this, that might be the way to go. Pick it up pre-installed. Either way, they're going to be selling that soon. Make sure you guys go check out Nick's video. He did a great job walking through that prototype. Did some fun little green screens too during his video, which I love seeing the creativity. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I heard from him when first got it installed. I think it was in Brooklyn's Discord. Like, he absolutely loves it. He thinks it's incredible, loves the level of immersion. So go check out his thoughts. And we're excited, man. We're excited to get this in our homes and get to play around with it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited. They sent me the X Arcade controller for review, but this haptic thing, I immediately ordered that with my own money. I want to definitely get that. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited about that, and can't wait. I think it's November when it's supposed to come out, possibly.
Yeah, they have a hit on their hands, man. Who would have thought we'd be talking about these X Arcade tank sticks? But I'm glad that they've kind of officially changed the name. It's now just like the Tank Stick VR is what people should be calling it. But some people still call it the Arcade 2 TV XR, which was the old name. It was such a bad name.
Yeah,
it's
similar
just
to what
call
you're
it the
saying
Tank
about
Stick
those.
VR. Tank Stick VR.
Yeah, similar to what you're saying about those handhelds where they have those
Yeah.
numbers in the name.
Yeah.
They're just giving it a name. It's just
That is the
makes
one
it
thing I
complicated.
hate. That's the one thing I hate about Ambernick. Ambernick makes the best, let's be honest, the best handhelds out there that you want to have in your home and tinker with. But everything is the RG 341, 342, 372, 298. It's so stupid. You know what I mean? And
new one.
they release a new one every month.
This is the new one. The
Look,
RG
we're at the
476H.
now we're at the 476H. What the frick, man? We were at 4 digits. Now we're at 3 digits and a letter. And so when people come up to you and you're like, "Hey, man, did you see that Ambernick 476H?" I'm like, "Which one was that? I have no clue. There's too many." Oh, too funny.
But to get back to the VR, I mean, if you just look at the cost of what it takes to buy, even with this new haptic kit now, and even if you buy all the tables are available through FX, I mean, that is still a great way to play some pinball and have fun versus even like at games, right? It's what you guys pay for those $1,200 or something like that.
Sure.
I mean, or if you're talking about a real pinball, I mean, even if it's trying to get a VPX type of setup, it's just an expensive thing. So for this to come in and it feels so great and it looks like you're actually in there, I mean, they definitely have a hit on their hand for anybody who's not exposed to virtual pinball.
Yeah, it's certainly really interesting what they did there. Like when this first came out, we were like, what are they thinking? But they hit a perfect storm. Like the fact that Pinball FX VR came out at the same time and that Zen Studios were willing to partner with them. I think this turned into a device most people probably would have skipped to a device that most people absolutely had to have, specifically for that connection to Pinball FX VR.
Guys, big thank you for donating to Steve's GoFundMe to fix Steve's smile. We have crossed 35. We're at 3531, Mike.
That's fucking awesome.
I don't know how much has been donated so far tonight. Can someone do the math? Let me know in the chat. I'd swear we're over $500 tonight.
Yeah, poor Stock Jock is out another $300 by now.
And also Stock Jock is matching donations. You throw in $10, he's going to throw in $10. You throw in $20, he's going to throw in $20. Whatever you guys want to do, use this QR code or use the link that's pinned to the top of the live chat. In the meantime, it's time to pivot over to our final topic, which should carry us through to the end of the show, and that's talking about the arcade classics from Basic Fun. So I got some videos here I'm going to play for you guys. Let's play these. They're really, really short. And Carl, Nostalgia, I want to hear your feedback on these products. So let's take a look at these videos. Here's the WrestleFest Countercade. These teasers are so oh my god, my dog is going nuts down there, guys. These teasers
between your dog and the feedback on Carl's mic, I'm in sensory fucking overload. I'm not gonna lie.
You love it.
Really? All right, let's go ahead and let's check out. Here's the Centipede trailer that got
You
released
forgot to
earlier.
include your typing, Michael, in that.
Yeah.
That kid knows what to do with his fingers. Everybody thinks it's just in, but no, you gotta move it slowly over the top.
You notice that in 3 of these trailers, minus WrestleFest, they have either really little kids or preteen boys playing these machines with very small hands. So it makes you wonder just how small these things really are. They're probably the same size as arcade 1-ups, right? But it's going to be noticeable. I'm going to play the last 2, and then I got to go downstairs find out what's going on with the dogs, Mike, because my wife's not home yet. And then, so you're going to have to pull up assets and talk about this stuff.
Oh my god.
All right, last one here. This is the Return of the Jedi. Did that sound Police Academy? You were going to say Police Academy, weren't you? It sounds like Police Academy.
It sounds like Police Academy, but it also made me think of the fake Star Wars music from Spaceballs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, all right, Mike, it's on you. I gotta go. They're going nuts down there. I don't know what's happening, so
Man,
I'll be
I
back.
wish I wish that guy was sitting down on that last one because it just looks so painful playing that little cabinet there. The Return of the Jedi one. Um, what do you think about that? I mean that's clearly looks shorter than a arcade 101.
Yeah, if you take a look at the thumbnail I put together, when you put the Centipede cab side by side with the Return of the Jedi, in order to accommodate like the bigger marquee and everything like that, because I think they're the same height, the control panel is going to be much, much lower on the cabinet. So think along the lines of like if you've ever seen an arcade one-up Dragon Lair, that's got a really low control panel. I think it's going to be the same with Return of the Jedi as well, unfortunately. So the big updates, P-Dubs did a video right before we did our show because, he is a vapid narcissist and he couldn't let us have anything. So he took away the biggest topic we had to, kind of pad his own ego, which
Nobody
is him.
watches the show, so no one knows about it. So
Yeah. Well, anyways, things are really, business is starting to pick up, as good old JR would say, with arcade classics. Like there's a couple things to really pay attention to, one of which is just like Tastemakers did with Arcade 1-Up, it looks like Basic Fun is doing the exact same thing here with the Arcade Classics line. They're not going to use the name Basic Fun, even though the logos are on the machines. They're going to call this line Arcade Classics. So they're going to separate it as a different brand from Basic Fun itself. So one of the first things they did was we just saw these 4 demo videos they put up. There's also a WrestleFest demo video that you'll see in a second. But right now, all of these are attached to their own YouTube page. Hat tip to bad guy Mike Worley for finding this earlier today. And this is where we get our first look at these cabinets. Seeing some of these cabinets in action, the videos they put together. What do you think so far? Like, this is definitely pretty positive compared to other people in the home arcade space. Even though these videos are cheesy as fuck, they're very well put together. Certainly better than some of the last efforts from Arcade 1-Up, and definitely better than some of the other companies we've seen. What do you think of their demo videos? Do you think they're taking this seriously?
I think the demo videos generally are better than the demo videos that Arcade 1-Up puts out, but that's because Arcade 1-Up is tone deaf. When it comes to the actual cabinets, I think maybe I've got the unpopular opinion. I actually think they all kind of look shitty.
I don't disagree with you, actually. I think all the Ultra line kind of missed the mark. Every single one. WrestleFest obviously is probably the best looking one of the first 3 coming out. I don't like the look of the Return of the Jedi because it doesn't look like the original arcade. And I don't like the Centipede because the art's too low. And, of course, they use a horizontal screen. So I kind of think they look shitty, too.
Yes, it's weird. Carl, what are you thinking?
Well, I was a slow. I came around slow to the whole countercade. When they first came out, I was not a fan. I was like, I don't have counter space. There's no place in my arcade for them. But I have 2 now, and both of them are modified, and I like them. I think they have a purpose. Would I be satisfied with any one that just has a couple of games on it? I don't think so. I would want it to be a multi-cade. But the Centipede one, just looking at these 4 here, the Centipede one, the graphics, it looks stretched, obviously, but it looks the best of these 4.
100%, yeah.
But,
well, we weren't talking about countercades at all, but thanks, Carl, for taking us in that direction. So now let's talk about the countercades. Continue.
Yeah, again, I can only talk about what I'm familiar with. I'm not familiar with the other ones. Like I said, the one with the Return of the Jedi, the guy looked very awkward standing on that. I would, if I was doing the marketing, I would have had him sitting on a stool and playing it because it's just look awful. The kids in the thing clearly weren't playing the game and they were just told to look excited. It'd be great if they were actually playing it and in a more genuine video. But other than that, these things are such that the people who would buy these, it comes down to what other options do they have, right? If I want Centipede and I want this to be on my barcade at the house, uh, people aren't going to play these things for a long time, period, right? In any of these type of games, people are going to play for a few seconds. They reminisce about when they used to be in the arcade, young and playing. You know what I mean? So I think they fit the purpose if the price is right for these to be a grab and go type of product.
Yeah, I actually I'm not a big countercade guy. I've come around on the countercade obviously because I love the Evercade Alpha Street Fighter. I got so much, but for me, I'm surprised. Obviously, there's going to be something we talk about in just a little bit that I find really interesting from these pages and the YouTube especially. But if you take a look at this, all the products that they have coming out with the initial launch, really the only one I'm really interested in is this Centipede countercade, because it's the only Centipede currently on the market or available that actually has the correct screen, vertical screen. Everything else is horizontal right now. So I am actually talked to my wife about it a couple times. I love this little countercade. I love the fact that it has the right control panel. I like the artwork. You said it's squish. It's not squished. It's, what it is for that. I'm in on this Arcade Classics counter series, but I don't think I'm getting anything else from the retail side. I think this is it. This is the only thing I'm interested in.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
I think
I would echo that same thing. Again, it's a totally different shape than the normal one. So the graphics are going to be different. But yeah, I agree. Of this bunch, I definitely would prefer this one.
Yeah.
Mike, I heard what you said.
Which part? There was some really derogatory comments made about you at first.
Yeah, my ego. And what's funny, Mike forgets that every Friday we do a live stream, but 2 hours before we go live on Friday, Mike does a video about all the topics we talk about on our show.
I don't know what you're talking about, Pete. Let's go back and find that.
The pot.
Prove it. Prove it.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, go back and find it. Try.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. All right, let's continue on because let's go.
Oh, let's just play in Fantasyland, I guess. P-Dubs in his pity stream he did earlier, stealing all our thumbs.
Tonight's Sand in the Vag belongs to Michael B. the Game Genie, who every Friday releases a news video covering the topics that the Super Game Room dudes are going to talk about 2 hours after his video goes published. And you're giving me a hard time, Mike. You're giving me a hard time.
You're talking about something that happened in the distant past. I'm talking about something you did tonight, which is out of character for you.
This was like
Mike,
every
2 hours
week.
ago is not the distant past.
Don't go check. I didn't make a video today.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's talking
allegedly.
about.
Not today.
No, I'm
You've
telling you
done
right
it
now.
Plenty of times. Plenty of times.
MG knows this is projection. You're projecting because you feel guilty about what you did.
I don't feel guilty at all.
I know
Mike.
you don't, you vapid narcissist.
Because just.
Anyways, of course, we were just giving you the business, P-Dubs. You know that. MG said the same thing I did during the stream.
Yeah, well, I love this comment by the I love this comment by the Super Game Room dudes. Anyone here think Mike is just upset P-Dubs beat him to the punch, guys? What do you think in the chat? I think that's the case. I think that's really the root cause of his anger tonight.
I mean, what kind of asshole on his own stream writes himself comments and then probably likes his comment too? Like, what kind of asshole would do that?
I do that all the time.
B Kirby $5 super chat says, "This is old news. I caught this earlier on P-Dub's channel." Thanks so much, B Kirby. Greatly appreciate
Actually,
it.
your video was very good. I watched the beginning.
It was shit.
No, I thought you started really well.
No, Mike. Don't butter him up. His video was shit.
He started very well. And then he got frazzled when I
no.
said, "Why didn't you save this for Super Game Room dudes later, you narcissist?"
Always trying to derail the stream, Mike. Always trying to derail the stream. But it's good we're talking about this because whatchamacallit, I wanted to get your guys' opinions on this, not just mine. So keep going.
Well, we were having a conversation about it, and then Carl sabotaged everything and just said, let's just talk about countercades. That's the only thing I care about.
Wait. Carl loves the countercades, and I
know.
I don't mind arcade one-up countercades. So yeah, there you go. We got a little tidbit here. Neo's Arcade News. Never heard of him before. Must be somebody. Must be a new channel.
It's probably a John D troll account or someone, being used
Yeah.
by John D to talk for him.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Neo.
Paul Reese, 50% of the time we're right, 50% of the time. All right, nice to see here that some containers have landed. Fox liked your joke.
Yeah.
By the way, big shout out to our good friend 19K Fox. Supposedly he's going to celebrate his 200th episode of his Sunday podcast show this week. He's blown it off the last 2 weeks. I don't know if it's because he's too sad to stream because his Cowboys suck so bad or what the excuse is, but supposedly it's going to happen this Sunday, and there might be a lot of guest stars coming on his stream, so you guys definitely want to check that out. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, so we did bring up the fact that they loaded up their YouTube channel, and all joking aside, Neo's comment does line up with the fact that we know October 13th that the orders are going live for Arcade Classics, and it looks like, according to Paul, no pre-orders. They're going to go live as soon as the products are available. So we might be able to see these within the next couple of weeks in people's homes. So that's really, really interesting. Anyways, the other thing that you brought up in your video that on top of the YouTube channel, they also got their own Amazon page now set up specifically for Arcade Classics, where you can go in and finally get all the details on all the products that they have to offer. The Ultra Series, Counter Series, Handheld Series, which they did before, Shop All. They've even got the WrestleFest video that Cool Toys shared there a little while ago. So, if you want to go check that out, you can directly from the Amazon page, as well as a list of games, all the shit there. So, go check out Arcade Classics coming relatively soon.
I'm interested in their handheld series. Those look awesome.
They are not awesome.
No. You don't know what you're talking about.
They're
Right?
fucking horrible.
I'm the handheld expert on this channel, so why don't you leave that for me to decide?
So, are you going to pick up the WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge handheld they've got?
That 30. So what's interesting is that is the only one that you can actually place an order for. That one, that little WrestleMania Steel Cage handheld. The other ones, the orders haven't gone live yet, but you can order it. It just won't ship until they get here. You know what I mean? So some people collect those really small, basic, fun ones. I only have one, and I hated it. So it is what it is, I suppose. So, look at that dog. What breed is that?
What do you think it is?
It looks like a Schnauzer Poodle mix.
It is not a mix. It is purebred.
Okay.
It's a toy poodle.
It's a toy poodle, huh?
Wow.
Well, what with the gray and the white coloring, am I wrong, guys? It looks a lot like a Schnauzer mix, like just with the gray coloring. But hey, it's a toy poodle. There you go. My mom had a couple toy poodles when I was a kid. She named them Diamond and Flipper. Diamond and Flipper. Cutesy names for dogs.
They're the best breed. I love this dog. These dogs
Anyways,
are awesome. Toy poodles. All
there
right.
was something else I wanted to bring up about this. You will notice that through all of this, and of course these aren't going to be available on Amazon, so it makes sense. And I don't know if anybody has any more information. There is absolutely no videos, no news, nothing out yet about the Supreme series. So I'm really interested to see when we're going to learn news about that. There's a lot of people in the arcade space, like Neo there earlier, myself, that we want more XL like cabs. So we're really interested to see what is going on with Basic Fun and the Supreme series, but no news at all. Everything is focused on the retail products like the Counter Series, Ultra Series, And I guess that makes sense because they're coming out directly through Amazon and other retailers. That's probably why hasn't been the focus yet. And maybe they don't have final details on which big box store are actually going to be getting these brands.
Yeah, yeah. All we know so far is Amazon. Can I say one thing though? I mean, these products have their flaws, just like arcade 1-ups, right? But I will say this: at least this stuff is. It sounds like it's going to get off the boat. Pre-orders are going to, or the orders will go live, and they're not going to ship that long after. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound like it's going to be, hey, pre-order in January and it'll ship by November. You know what I mean? It sounds like people are going to be able to get their hands on these relatively quick. Arcade 1-Up only did that with a few arcades where they were like, hey, it's here, it's in stock, it's ready to ship. Like, how many times do we have to pre-order, guys, and then wait 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and then it comes out? You know what I mean? So I will say that you got to give them credit for that. It sounds like it's going to be a much quicker turnaround between order, purchase, and delivery. There you go. Anything else you want to add on these? I do have an update for Numbskull as well before we pull the pin tonight.
Yeah, really quickly, because we're almost out of time. One of the other big, huge pieces of news this week was that we have a defection from Arcade 1-Up, one of the most notable, longest tenured members.
No way.
Their director of licensing has left Arcade 1-Up and is now the manager of licensing for Basic Fun.
No way.
That's right. Cyrus Bean is now no longer with Arcade 1-Up, and he is now manager of licensing with Basic Fun. We did, me, Fox, and we did a stream about it there the other night. We had a lot of fun talking about it, but it's really, James came on for a minute too. If Cyrus left Arcade 1-Up to go there, we talked about the reasons why that probably happened. And the interesting thing about that is, obviously, for Basic Fun, it makes sense. They get somebody with experience, known quantity in this space that has relationship with these licensors that they can get work from. But why would Cyrus leave arguably what's still the industry leader in a director position to take this manager position with Basic Fun? So what do you guys think about that?
I think that if Arcade 1-Up needs a new employee to give me a call.
You know, we're still just always looking out for himself, guys. Is it me? Am I wrong? He's always looking out for himself.
Good job over there. You know?
That would be a fun job.
Great job. Well, I mean, he's not the only Arcade 1-Up employee that jumped ship. There was another guy. If you actually stalk the Basic Fun LinkedIn, there's another guy, another like sales exec who left Arcade 1-Up to go to Basic Fun. So it seems like a number of them are jumping ship. So to be expected when your company's in the condition it is, Arcade 1-Up. I mean, it also tells you too that things aren't as well as like what Rob said during his interview with B, because usually when a company has people in executive level positions jumping ship, it usually means the writing's on the wall somewhere, you know.
Or they got paid better somewhere else. That's not necessarily true.
One, yes, but because that can happen. Someone could get a job opportunity, competitors steal somebody. But we're talking multiple employees have left in a quick span. So.
Well, I think I almost agree with Nostalgia here more than anything else. I know that people like JJ said it in the comments, and people are trying to make critical comments like, "Oh, they were all fired." There might be some legitimacy to that comment too, and to what Nostalgia is saying, because you got to think about it. We went from a company that was led by Scott Bacharach. John D was there in the senior licensing position, whatever it was. And I mean, he had a lot of influence in the company. And basically, there's a whole new management that came in and took over. And one of the things about managers, like I'm an executive director at my charity. And one of the things I learned was when you come in, you know, you might be adopting a great team when you come in and you lead an organization, but they might not necessarily be your team. So some of these people, like even the people that were helping out with Wonderland Amusements, are former Arcade 1-Up employees. It seems like over the course of their 7 years, the new administration has pushed a lot of those original people out. So it might not just be like a sinking ship, which obviously there's lots of reasons to believe it is a sinking ship, but it could just be a changeover at the executive level and them, bringing new people in to fit the roles they want and fit the strategic direction they're headed in, and maybe there's some disagreement with that. Like for me, I think Cyrus going over there, I'm not as critical of Cyrus as a lot of people in the community are. I think maybe if he left, it might have been writing on the wall, but not necessarily that Arcade 1-Up was going out. It might have been more, I'm the director of licensing at a company that doesn't have the money or the interest in bringing in new licenses. So what am I doing with my life? So maybe this is more of an opportunity for him to really flex his ability in the licensing position with a company that actually does have money and does want to go and acquire new licenses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and they don't really need a director of licensing if they're just planning to re-release Pac-Man 50,000
Exactly.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is true.
And if you're excited about people getting these cabinets in their home, right? New people getting them, and the company you're with is just satisfied, which is regurgitating the same products over and over. You know what I mean? It could lose its flavor as well.
The only thing I can think of is Basic Fun really hasn't dipped their toe into our community. Yeah, they've been making these little handheld toys, handheld arcade machines, but Basic Fun really hasn't been top of mind in this community for the last 6 years, right? So not that big of a presence. And with the Arcade 1-Up people going over there, they're going to be like, that community's fucking nuts. We're going to get just as much information now as we did before, guys. They're going to be like, those guys are freaking crazy. The bald guy on YouTube, the suck-ups over here. It's crazy.
Cyrus still
fella.
probably hit. What, the husky fella from
husky
Canada?
The husky fella in Canada.
Yeah, Cyrus,
the really angry Irish guy out in Arizona. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like, I will tell you right now, everybody here in this room is fucked for getting a demo cab. We are not getting any demo cabs.
I've never even spoken to Cyrus. I don't think that's fair.
Oh no, Cyrus is actually a really nice guy. At Arcade 1-Up, like, he doesn't have the ability to do what John D did. John D, he's a bit of a rogue. He's a bit of a strange player, right? He's going to say things that he probably shouldn't say sometimes and make promises he shouldn't promise because he probably doesn't have authority to do so, but he'll still fucking do it. Cyrus is more a young person in a big position, really being corporate, not telling us anything, trying to be super positive, the same way Rob was when he did that interview with B there. You're not going to get that, same level of information from Cyrus. And we don't know if Cyrus is going to be the face of this company. Probably not. Really didn't like the role with Arcade 1-Up, so I don't think he's going to do it with Basic Fun either. Right. And we don't even know if Basic Fun's going to have a face, if they're going to have a public, forward. Then more than likely, they're just going to sell shit, and then if we don't like it, they're going to be like, we don't care.
I'm pretty sure next week they're going to reveal it was the Rexer show next week.
Plot twist is that Basic Fun actually is owned by Arcade 1-Up.
That would be hilarious. But
Pardon?
I doubt it.
I said plot twist is that Basic Fun is owned by Arcade 1-Up.
I said this. I actually said. I actually said this as a theory way back when Basic Fun first came out. When they first announced, I was like, these cabs are so similar to Arcade 1-Up. Like, it just seems weird. And then Cyrus going over, I'm like, maybe there's some kind of weird thing here, but I know that's not the case. People behind the scenes have told me it just seems so weird. They have former Think Up employees working on the design. Cyrus going over. It's really an incestuous business, I guess. That'd be the best way to say it.
Think about it. Most businesses are like that when they're a niche. This is a very niche product, a niche economy, or what's the industry. So the same people are going to be the ones that are known or recognized, and they're going to get the contacts to say, hey, I'm looking for somebody, you know what I mean? So you're not going to have a whole lot of people that's well versed in that industry.
Whoa, does Fox actually have some news?
He might.
I don't know.
Fox O's has news, and his show's way better than ours too. So definitely tune in on Sunday if you actually want like a quality.
Yeah, he's been promoting the show. He's telling people to come over there. His football team's not gonna have much action.
Fox's show starts off really good. It's really well organized with slides, and he's very impactful. He's quite the character. But as the show goes on, he gets a little bit more drunker, a little bit more slurry, a little bit more right-wing conspiracy like. So towards the end, I mean, it's a free for all. You don't know what he's going to say. Some stuff isn't even true. Some stuff he makes up, and he believes it. Because he lied about it, now he believes it. He wants you to believe it, right? So you just got to take it with a grain of salt in the second half of the show.
Well, let's do our quick update for Numbskull Quarter Arcades, guys, and then we'll get everybody out of here. So just hang tight here. Numbskull Quarter Arcades, as you guys know, we heard from New Wave Toys recently that Shiloh, the head of New Wave Toys, was in a severe accident. He's been recovering, which has caused all kind of delays on top of the delays they already had, which is unfortunate. We wish Shiloh all the best in his recovery. But they are proceeding with getting the golden tees out supposedly next month, possibly. So we'll see if they at least get one product out this year. I know I have 3 or 4 on pre-order, and it's been a long wait. It's been a really, really long wait for that stuff to come. But in the meantime, Numbskull Quarter Arcades, who've also had some delays due to the tariff situation, did put out an update that they wanted people to know that, guess what? The cabs for Lunar Lander and Bad Dudes are in production now. So those will be going up for order soon and shipping out to people shortly thereafter. So I know a lot of people are interested in the Lunar Lander and Bad Dudes. Myself, Lunar Lander. Mike, I'm sure Bad Dudes, right?
Bad Dudes! I can't wait. It's so good.
But also the whatchamacallit, Ben, who we've had on the show before from Numbskull Quarter Arcades. I just spoke to him while he was enjoying his vacation. And after he returns from his vacation next week, probably next week or the week after, we're going to have him on Super Game Room Dudes. And hopefully we can find out some more about Ghostbusters, RoboCop, as well as Lunar Lander, Bad Dudes. And hopefully I can sweet talk him into... You know, usually when we get these guys to come on, I try to get them like, let's reveal something. Give me something to make it worth the audience's time, right? So hopefully we can get some surprises as well. So we'll have them on. It's that time of year, guys. Companies are going to be reaching out to us, wanting to be on the show.
Or P-Dubs is going to be reaching out to them.
Yeah, either way, we'll get you guys some great content coming very, very soon. But that'll be about it for tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up on the way out. Thank you for subscribing. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Carl, whenever you're ready, send these people on their way.
All right, guys. We appreciate you, as always, for tuning in to the Super Game Room Dudes, man. We look forward to seeing you next week. And until then, we'll see you on the web.